future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
She's passionate about telling stories of amazing women who are rocking the world and empowering women to live, love, and thrive. Here's your host, Katherine Gray.
Hi, welcome to Live, Love, Thrive Women's Empowerment Hour, brought to you by 360karma.com. Happy to have you with us today. And we also have with us, we're going to be talking about women in media. We have with us the senior editor of the Hollywood Times. Please give a warm welcome to Valerie Milano.
Hi everyone.
Valerie. How you
so
doing?
Nice to be on your show.
Yeah, it took us a while, but here you are, and I'm so happy to have you.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A lot of people probably don't know your journey to L.A. and obviously, if anybody heard your accent, they know you're not from here.
Well, they haven't heard it yet, but I'm sure it might come out
a little bit. I
work on it.
That
after 30
Alabama
years.
accent.
Yeah.
So you were born in Alabama.
I was,
Yeah.
Birmingham,
Were you
Alabama.
raised there?
I was.
Okay. And at what age did you move out here?
After high school, I came out. To, my sister was a casting director right down the street, actually.
Yeah. For
CBS.
CBS.
Yes. And she said, Valerie, you need to come out to L.A. if you want to get involved in actually paid modeling. Because down south I wasn't getting paid. And so she flew me out, put me through John Robert Powers back then. It was a very famous modeling school. And did it, loved it, but never could get an agent.
Right.
You know, tough town.
And I know we have a picture of you back then modeling for a car ad.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's an
how
old
fun.
Aston Martin. Black and white.
Not just any car, of course, an Aston Martin, excuse me.
And it was also the fur coat I was modeling too.
Oh.
Back then, fur coats were in.
I love it.
So, yeah. So
was
she
that
put it-
fun?
I loved modeling.
You loved
I
it.
loved print.
Yeah.
You know, runway, you get a little shaky, but print modeling, you know, you can make some money
fun.
out here,
Yeah.
but you need an agent.
Right.
So I couldn't, Wilhelmina back then, you know, Johnny Casablancas, all these big time modeling agents, and I couldn't get one.
And you know what? When something like that door doesn't open, I just think it's the universe saying you're meant to be doing something else. And it means that something else is something you're going to probably love as much, if not more, than what we think, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And so you found out you have a writing talent.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, that's what was so exciting because it's been all on-the-job training. I started working for an advertising agency, a small high-tech print agency, and learned copywriting, basically. And so from there, I've just continued to delve into the business of television. And my mother taught me everything I know in more ways than one. And so started working for a magazine called Television International out of Pasadena, and traveling a lot. Used to do the Cannes Film Festival twice a year, which was very cool.
So you got
to
some
see
good
France
gigs.
and learn a little French. And traveled a lot. I worked for Video Age International out of New York, and just did a lot of television reviews, a lot of entertainment reporting.
I think everybody
interviewing.
wants your job. Who
I
doesn't want your
love my
job?
job.
Yeah. I went to one of your events that you invited me to, and I got to see you in action and what you do. And how cool is this? You get to look at all the new TV shows and critique them. And I mean, everybody else is doing it in their living room, but you get to do it for print and Hollywood Times. And are you guys print and online?
Yes.
Yes.
We are.
So people get to read your reviews of the shows. And
Right.
So do you like binge watch?
You know what? Doesn't everybody love to binge watch?
Yeah, I think every day
Nowadays,
today.
that's
You know,
the way.
we used to couldn't binge watch. I mean, come on, when we were growing up, you had to watch it at 7:00 on that show. If you missed it, you were out of luck, right?
Definitely.
You get home and go, "Oh my God, I missed that big
And
show
then
I
the
wanted to see."
commercials.
The
commercials.
yeah, yeah.
No commercials,
Well,
but I
they
know
still
commercials
have
are
them on
important.
network. The commercials.
Yes.
I know we fast forward through them, but
That's why we love
yeah,
binge watching, because we
yeah.
can fast forward. Now, I shouldn't be saying this in this
Right.
business, but you know
Right.
it's true.
Right. And
It's
then
true.
on Amazon and Netflix and all, now you have the pleasure of watching it without the commercials, just saying.
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And so I'm, since you're a critic in that area, I'd love to know, like, what are some of your favorite shows? Like, I just discovered on Amazon the marvelous Miss Maisel.
Maisel, yeah.
I love that show. Do you love it?
The Era.
It's so clever.
Yeah.
You know why? It's written, produced, and directed by a woman.
Exactly. And she's
saying.
adorable.
I'm just saying.
Is she not
We-
very cute?
Yeah, it just goes to show we need in Hollywood more women producing, directing, writing materials so that we get some fresh new ideas out there. I don't know about you, but I feel like a lot of the network programs and a lot of the movies I go see are just so the same old, stale stuff. And it's because we don't have both men and women at the table in Hollywood. It's like 90% men that are writing, directing, and producing. And so we need more women so we get more fresh content, new perspective, like that show we're talking about. There's another one I loved on Amazon, also by a woman, called Good Girls Revolt. Did you
Haven't
see
seen
that?
that one
Oh
yet.
my God, it's great. They only had it one season. I think they're going to bring it back because it's obviously timely. It was about women. It was about women in the press, in the media, in the '60s,
Oh, I
in the
gotta see
'50s and
it then.
'60s.
So
oh,
much
totally, bro. You
television
got to
out
see
there.
that. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you were saying when I was coming to the studio here, by the way, the show is amazing, and thank you for bringing it on for women's empowerment.
Oh,
because
thank
we
you.
need it.
Yeah.
But as I was walking through the studio lot here, Eileen Shakin's parking spot.
Yeah.
And it was like, speaking of powerful women.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just at an NCLR event
And
in
Rhonda
Palm Springs.
Shonda Rhimes is here too.
All right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Power women in this building. We
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, for sure.
At Sunset Gower Studios.
Right?
Yeah.
And, I love Transparent. And
Yep.
speaking of Amazon.
Yes, Jill Soloway.
Yeah. And there's just so many women now with Shonda, Eileen Chaikin, that are really coming up in the world.
Yeah, there's a handful. I mean,
we're getting there.
We could name them on our two hands is the sad part.
Yeah.
But yes, those women are trailblazers, and I believe they're taking women with them. And I know I'm involved in something called Take the Lead Women, which they are getting 50 women in each industry to help. They're training them how to accelerate women up into various industries. And my friend Tabby Biddle is handling Hollywood, film, and entertainment. And they're training 50 top women, from people in Amazon, like Valerie Madden, to people at NBC, various independent companies. How do they train them to help bring more women up into the decision-making ranks more quickly, because otherwise it'll take us 100 years.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
that's a pretty cool program.
Well, we're
Yeah.
on the road, and for shows like this, we're getting there.
Yeah, well, that's why I did the show. There's so many women like yourself that are out there doing amazing work in the world, and we need to tell their stories. And what I love about this show is the women I have on are not only successful in their own right, but they are give back, pay it forward people, and that's the epitome of who you are. You're a big give back person.
Yes, I am.
I know you're involved with giving back to HRC, Human Rights Campaign,
Yes.
which we're going to in March.
Excellent.
The LGBT Center.
Right?
GLAD. You're going to have to help me out here because I
No,
know it's
yeah.
a long list.
Right, it is Outfest.
Outfest, yeah.
And the NCLR, Desert AIDS Project.
Mm-hmm.
So there are quite a few. I have a home in Palm Springs, so I do a lot of my volunteer work at the different events there, like Desert AIDS Project. They're having the Steve Chase Awards coming up.
And you're hosting an event called Her
Yes.
out in Palm
Thank
Springs
you.
for raising money for HRC, Human Rights
Exactly.
Campaign, right?
Exactly. We
That's
expected
wonderful.
at my home in Palm Springs, we expected 50 women last year. Get this, we got 250
Oh
women.
my gosh, I have a feeling you're
was
going to get even more this year
amazing.
because just the movement of what's happening,
Olivia Travel gives us a certificate for cruise,
Oh, we
Women
love
on a
Olivia.
Roll,
Yeah.
just all kinds of great
that's
women-owned
great.
businesses that support us. And, just want this women's empowerment
Yeah.
to continue and come to the table with the issues that are going on nowadays with us.
And I know that you're a big ally to the gay community from everything, all these different entities that we just talked about. And you told me a very interesting story, and I think a lot of times even our friends that know us don't know our backstory, and that your mom actually opened the first lesbian bar in Alabama.
Yes.
I mean, how wild and cool is
well,
that?
it was called a four-wall back
Yeah,
then. I don't know
yeah.
if your viewers know what that is, but it's basically like one night will be gay, one night will be modeling, you
Yeah.
know, one night will be burlesque.
Right.
So every night is
Was
something different.
Right.
But yeah,
she was
she
the
did.
first one to open it up for that particular
Downtown
niche.
Birmingham, Alabama in the
Unbelievable.
early 70s, late
Wow.
60s.
Did she get harassed for that?
No, believe it or not.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Well,
She's pretty
you
avant-garde.
must have gotten that from her, being, you know, a person
Energy.
that likes to give back.
Yes,
Yeah, obviously
very
she
true.
was that person.
She taught me everything I knew.
Is she still here?
She is still
Oh,
here.
how wonderful.
Yay,
How old is
Mom.
she?
Hi, Mom. She's 88. She lives in West Covina, and
wow.
she's a joy. She wakes up every morning and wants to get her makeup and hair done, and
I love it.
she's the life of the party still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at my conference last year, I had on this panel of women that were in their 80s and 90s who are still rocking it. We called it Forever Young. And I think there's so many women out there now over 80 that are still rocking it and, you know,
Living and loving and thriving.
living, loving, and thriving.
Yes.
That's going to be us, right?
Big time. No doubt
till,
about it.
till the day we go.
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
That's great.
So your husband and you were telling me, had a very different upbringing. So him silver spoon, you
Yes.
were like struggling. So your mom was a give back person, but you guys were trying to make ends meet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
mother used to call me mother because I had to help raise her. My dad was gone when I
Wow.
was 6. I have 3
Wow.
older sisters. They were all gone.
So
by
it
the
was your
time-
mom and she had 4 children
4 total girls.
as a single mom.
Correct.
Wow, that had to have been tough.
Yep. Putting us all through parochial schools and, with the bar she had and the success that she was blessed with. And
How lucky she put emphasis on your education.
right.
Yeah.
Very true. And all my
Yeah.
sisters are very strong. And they're all spread out, Utah, Alabama, and Texas.
Yeah.
So my accent might be coming out all in a second. But yeah, so my mama taught us everything we know. And just so proud of her and what she's done for the community in Birmingham.
Yeah.
And Mobile we lived in, and she opened up a great bar there. And
Yeah.
she's still just very energetic.
Yeah, well, you definitely follow in her footsteps. You have that effervescent, beautiful energy.
Thank
and
you.
Yeah, just so kind. And I can see that, you just get all that from her, that wonderful energy. Yeah.
So yeah, getting back to my husband, I know you were trying to segue.
Yeah, yeah.
He's from New York, and he, only child, very different than me.
Yeah.
Wealthy family, self-made father.
Yeah.
And then when we met in Los Angeles, very different values.
Yeah.
Very
And
different.
we have your wedding picture.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that looks fun.
1989.
Where'd you guys get married?
Blessed Sacrament Church here in Hollywood.
Beautiful.
On Sunset. And then our reception was up the Sheraton Universal. At the very top, that
Oh, yes,
glass
I've been
building.
up there, yes.
Yeah, it's a
Beautiful view.
area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when
And you have how many kids?
I have 2. I have a boy that's 25. He's an actor and DJ, and a daughter that's 21. And she's an actress as well, an actor.
Oh, wow.
And
Runs in the family.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So they're loving kids, and I'm very proud of them. Laura's also, her wife is a producer and writer, and she's gung ho. And chef, and in LA, you gotta
So good kids.
do a little bit of it all.
Oh yeah,
to make ends
You have to-
meet.
they call it. When I first moved here, they called it slasher people. They're a chef slash actress. They're a Uber driver slash comedian.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, slasher people.
That's funny.
I heard a comedian say that. It was funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I stole his joke. So, what is your focus now? Like, is there any particular thing that you're getting behind that you'd like to tell people about, that you'd like as a listener, like, hey, you should get behind this. This is something really important that I have my focus on this year?
Well, obviously, my work, the HollywoodTimes.net, I work really hard with a team of wonderful people to try to get the message out about Hollywood and Los Angeles. Actually, all over the United States, we have stories. But and red carpets, and now that we're in award season, they're keeping us busy.
Yeah. So you, in this niche that you're in, it looks very fun. You get to meet a lot of celebrities.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I mean, I know we have pictures of you with Larry King, Josh Groban, Mike Tyson, what's the mayor? Gavin Newsom.
Oh,
yeah.
go Gavin.
I heard he might run for president.
Oh, please do.
Have you heard that?
I have.
I have
And
heard that.
I
like
he's
that
a
guy.
wonderful gentleman.
Yeah, very charismatic.
Yeah.
He seems like he might be a good candidate. I
Very
don't know.
good interview too. All
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
So,
So you get to interview.
James Gandolfini.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, he's amazing.
May he rest in peace.
Yes. So you get to interview all of them for the Hollywood Times. That's part of what you do.
Correct.
Review shows, interview these different people involved with the shows. That's got to be fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood.
Yeah, it's
You know,
Hollywood. And what you're doing is so Hollywood.
Yeah, and I hope that all of our readers, it's always, we're striving to continue to get readers like everybody else. And so
So
I
they
would,
can look it up online or
Correct.
buy the print.
the HollywoodTimes.net and also the HollywoodTimes.today. And I'm also writing for Discover Hollywood, which is a hard copy and online publication that Nyla and Oscar Arslanian have started from the Hollywood Arts Council.
So what do you how do you decide what you're writing about? Like, does someone assign it to you, or do you say, you know what, I really love this show, this is us, I'm going to write about it?
I wake up in the morning and I check my email. I've been doing this business for a long time, and I probably get 50 pitches a day from different publicists from all over, Miami, Los Angeles, New York. And, I just sort of, the writers decide, the editorial staff decides what they want to write about, including myself. I'm like you mentioned, I'm more about the television criticism, and I was a member of the Television
And there's a lot to be
Critics
critical about.
Yeah,
Let's just
very
say that.
true. And so that's basically how I do it. And this convention happens twice a year, so I go and I check out all the new shows coming up.
Yep.
And they have all the talent there and the executives, and that's how I get all my interviews. And
So what is a show that's on the radar that's coming up that we should know about?
wow, put me on the spot.
Yeah, give us a little inside scoop there,
yeah,
Valerie.
well, we do have the new season coming up, right? I don't know. I'm an old timer.
Yeah.
And
so you're not really allowed to say, is that it?
well,
Come on, give it up.
I know, right? That's my job. I'm supposed to tell people, give it up. Tell me the truth. Yeah. So Jennifer Lopez,
Yeah.
dance shows,
Yeah.
just if you like
If you enjoy that kind of thing,
reality
you're saying
TV.
those are great.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm not a big reality TV person.
either.
Yeah. Yeah. If I was going to watch a reality show, what would it be about? It'd
Shark
be about
Tank.
Shark Tank. That's right. Yeah.
Don't you have a similar thing
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on?
I do. Yeah, women investing in women. I would think I would watch something to do with women's empowerment, where we get to see incredible women doing amazing things in the world. I don't think there's enough programming out there that showcases all the incredible women that are in the world. I mean, that is why I do this show, but we could never have enough programming telling those stories. Don't
Well,
you
the
agree?
showrunners, there was a couple of panels during the TCA this last time in Pasadena that the showrunners were really coming along. I got to tell you, Catherine.
They are?
We had panels, 3 or 4 panels of just women showrunners.
Wow.
Just women actors that are also directors.
Being on the inside, you're probably seeing it change first.
Exactly.
Before we as the end users or just the public are seeing it. Because, I still think of it as, I see the Oscars, there's one nomination for a female director and things like that. But it's good to know back on your side, behind the scenes, that things are changing.
It's very true.
Yeah.
And it makes me so thrilled.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to go to the Women's March?
I did, and I was in Palm Springs. I did do the Palm Springs Women's March.
Oh,
yes.
oh, yeah.
I didn't do the LA. Last
Right.
time I had done the
Right,
LA one.
right. Oh, so there was one in Palm
There
Springs
was.
too. I love it.
Yeah, at a park
Yeah.
there, and it was a great turnout. I
Yeah.
mean, not in comparison to here, but
Yeah,
or
600,000 here. It's crazy.
Did you go?
Yeah, I did. It
Yeah.
was the biggest turnout besides last year, which was 750,000. But yeah, and I did not watch the address yesterday. Just saying. Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Okay.
Just read the headlines.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more the same, I think. But the one good thing I think that's happening today, and I did want to talk about women in media, is that I do think that this is the good that's coming out of what's happening right now. Is there is this huge
Influx.
tidal wave of change, and
Yes.
you know, this has been ignited by what's going on in D.C. that we're not happy about, but it really has mobilized so many people that I think otherwise we wouldn't mobilize. I think they might be kind of complacent,
Right.
you know, so this is a good thing.
It's a really good thing.
Yeah.
And then getting back to the Her HRC event, I mean, it's all women. Julie Goldman's going to be performing.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Sean Wiggins. And so every year we have only women businesses that sponsor and women entertainers to come and you know,
This is the Palm
bring in
Springs Her event.
Correct.
Yeah.
February 17th.
I love
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
And what if somebody was out there wanting to get involved with something? What would you recommend? Would you recommend the Human Rights Campaign?
The Human Rights Campaign
good
have been
for
a
men
federal
and
club
women and-
council.
yeah.
Yes, and they're gonna continue to support. Also, one that we didn't mention is Lambda Legal.
Oh yeah,
One of
They're
the big ones.
very important because they gratis try cases that help change laws.
The freedom to marry.
for everyone from transgenders to gays to the spectrum.
Exactly.
Yeah, they really helped push
Freedom
through
to
gay
Marriage.
marriage.
2015. There's a great movie that just came out called The Freedom to Marry.
Yeah.
And
You know, that-
I learned a lot.
The guy who is featured in that, Evan Wolfson, is in
Yes.
my movie, I Can't Marry You. So I interviewed him like back in 2003. He was the leader in the Freedom to Marry movement. And I'm so happy they've made a film about him. I actually met the filmmaker, talked to her, and I want to have her on the show. And he's an amazing person, and he definitely is, you know, the catalyst for making that happen.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I remember meeting him as well. And Mark Solomon, he was very involved with Freedom to Marry. And obviously, we've got Lambda Legal again coming
Yeah.
up behind and stressing these issues that need to
Right.
be passed.
Right. So, as a senior editor in this realm, like how many women are on your staff?
Oh, I would say the majority. I'd say probably 10 out of 15
Are women?
women.
I love that. That's
Boom,
great.
right?
Yeah, boom.
Gotta do it.
Yeah.
Got to do it.
Because most of the media companies are very male centric, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this space,
Changing,
like
it's
you're,
changing.
yeah, it's changing. Yay! So, in this space where you have your competitors that compete, who would be someone similar to the Hollywood Times? Like,
Well, you got Variety.
Variety.
You've got the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay.
That's really all I can.
would you
re-
say they are more male centric with their staffs? And whatnot?
You know what? When
Just
I
curious.
think about the TCA and I think about the writers that come in that are working for those two publications, the majority of them are women.
Are women? Oh, so
Yeah.
it is changing.
I see it
Yeah.
changing.
And what about at these conventions you go where they're screening the new programs that I saw you at? Was it-
NASB and NAM.
Yeah,
and, yeah, music
those. Is that
conferences.
predominantly men or?
You know, good question because you're right. They are.
Yeah.
These conventions
So
are
maybe
still
Hollywood
predominant.
is more progressive in that arena, but overall, these people are coming from all over the country, right?
Yeah,
So
very
those
true.
big conferences are predominantly men. I'm just, you know, in most of these industries, it is still predominant. And I just think, you know, unless it's equal, men and women, you're missing a whole big perspective of women writers, women's perspective if they're not at the table.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so it brings some fresh perspective into, the critiques and whatnot.
You got it.
So people can go to Hollywood
TheHollywoodTimes.net
if they want to subscribe or see your writing, or connect with you.
The Twitter account's at @HwoodTimes, and then Facebook is thehollywoodtimes.net, and Instagram. Let's not forget Instagram, which is the up and coming one.
Right.
Social media.
Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah.
Is the Hollywood.Times is our Instagram account. So
yeah, everybody's really into Instagram, unless you're over 50, and then we're into Facebook. That would be us.
The Facebook for sure. That's me.
Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Catherine.
I hope people check out HollywoodTimes.net. Thank you for all you do for the community. Really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and it's just good to know you, and I appreciate you being on.
Cool. Thank you so much.
So we will be back next week, another great guest. So just make it a great week. Hugs and happiness, and we'll see you on social media. My 360 Karma.